What's poppin', everybody? This is Ray Rawlins from the Ray Rawlins Network, where we talk cartoons and we talk them daily, baby. We're continuing this 31 days of Halloween marathon. I almost forgot. I'm joined by Alex Payne. He ain't shit. But we're
Nope.
continuing. We're continuing this marathon, and we're talking about the Treehouse of Horror, season 9, episode 4, I believe it is. Treehouse of Horror number 8. Should have came up with more creative names for these, but considering that they have a 3-story structure per episode, I can see why not. So let's break down what happens in this episode. First story is Mayor Quimby basically goes after the French, which caused them to bomb the whole United States, which obviously ends up hitting Springfield. They hit Springfield specifically. Homer's the only one who survives the explosion, and basically has to deal with the aftermath. Second part of the episode is Bart gets actually no. Second part of the episode, Homer buys a transporter from Professor Frank, and it turns out it's a little DNA mutating machine. Bart ends up getting a hold of it and turning himself into like a fly, and he has to try to figure out how to get back into his regular human body in a sense. And part 3 of the episode has to deal with Marge and her sister being witches, which basically details the whole creation of Halloween at the end. So there's a little episode breakdown, very short, sweet, to the point. Y'all want to know more
Yeah.
about it? Go watch the episode. But we finna give you our thoughts. Now we're gonna start off with first impressions as Alex Payne is doing furniture moving in his background. So
Of
Alex, what do you
course,
think?
of course. I think this one was all right. I thought I don't know. I thought this one was all right. It's like it's weird. I feel like I enjoyed it, but I didn't at the same time. I think I really want to say the middle one was my favorite though.
Right.
Um,
I don't know. Yeah. I guess. You know what? I might have to agree with that one.
yeah, I
It's
think the
more
middle one was my
Halloweeny
favorite.
too.
Yeah. Well, the witches one is Halloweeny too. The first
Yeah. Oh
one
no.
isn't
Yeah.
Halloween for real.
It definitely is the witches one. Um. You know what's funny too? When you really think about it, like you said, the first one is that Halloweeny, and practically almost, I wouldn't say all of them, but all the Treehouse of Horror episodes that we seen. And you know what? Screw that. Remember what I told you about Homer getting warned not to buy shit in these episodes, and he buys the
Yeah.
motherfucking Professor Frank's I'm gonna call it a transformer transporter machine.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Homer. You don't learn after the monkey's paw, after the 2 houses, at like it's just, you know what? He gets what he deserves at this point, honestly. But you know
But
what?
I would say the
It
other
makes
thing
for
is
some
though,
interesting episodes.
a lot of them really don't like realistically, at least the ones I've seen, none of them really have that much. Cause like the comic one, it just made clones. I wouldn't say that's evil. The monkey's paw, like they was rich and people hated them. That seems kind of normal. So I wouldn't say that's really evil either. This one was just like unfortunate incident. This wasn't like just regular evil. So
The only evil thing was the house, the Indian burial ground house, the first
yeah,
Treehouse of
but
Horror ever.
they didn't. I don't think they told them not to get that one. That one was kind of just. Well, did they? I don't know.
Well, they sold it to him pretty heavily. I think he said it's only like what, $1,000 for the house.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's his fault. That's his problem. We're talking about this episode right here. Um, I guess we can go on to favorite moments now. I don't have
um.
any.
Neither do I.
No, I think you know what? The last part I think had to be the funniest. Maybe I'm misremembering things a little bit. I actually like, you know what? Let's go to the first one. The first part of the episode where Homer, everybody dies and whatnot. Homer's up in the movie theater, just enjoying all the things of being like the only person, they don't have to go through lines and whatnot. And some dude, I guess, was sitting too high up in front of him. He just basically kicked Homie's head off. And when all the mutants were going after him and whatnot, he ends up making it to his house. And they had a nice, very moving speech about how they're all going to get along together. and basically they all pull out shotguns. The Simpsons pull out shotguns and just shoot all the mutants down. It's like, oh damn. But I guess that shows you can't be friends with monsters. Like, I'm surprised it was them turning against them instead of the monsters turning against them. I'm no monster. You're a monster, motherfucker. Shit. In the last part with them being witches, I really like the whole fact of the Flanderses being God-fearing people. It's just like, man, it's so sad because they're such pushovers. They're like, we come to eat your kids, Marge and her sisters. We come to eat your kids. Like, hold on, wait a minute. I guess they try to stop them on their way in, and they're like, oh please, we're just here to get your kids. Come on. And they basically stop them with gingerbread houses.
Yeah, the cross is like, fear. No, just get out of the way.
Listen, Marge was a straight up gangster on that shit. She's like, nah, hell no, get that out of here, cuz. Walked up in that bitch. And I think, you know what though? I think that's the most interesting thing. Like, Halloween is in a sense a day to worship the dead, if I'm correct. I know there's like a real religious undertone with it. It's not just about getting candy and whatnot, but that is an interesting tale to see how Halloween was formed. You know, obviously it's not the real one. So I thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, you know what? That's pretty plausible. I can kind of agree with that if I didn't know any better.
I think the witch's story was kind of interesting, but I think, like I said, I think my favorite one was The Fly, probably. And that was a parody of the movie The Fly, I presume. Because I never really saw that movie. I know it probably is, but I never saw the movie to really get the references. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, the little fly mutation is chasing around Bart as a fly. Homer's like, "Oh yeah, go smash that fly, boy." And Lisa's like, "Mom, Dad, the fly's trying to kill me." And they're like,
"Nobody likes a
tattletaling." Man, I'm bogus as hell. The thing gonna end up killing Lisa. Lisa, the only smart one looking out for their ass, boy. Shit.
Lisa.
Let's get into final reviews, though. What are your thoughts? What do you say is up with this episode?
I'm gonna give it a 6. It was decent. It wasn't bad, and it was a little bit above middle of the road. So I'm gonna give it a 6. That's pretty much all I got to say about it.
I don't know. I gotta say, they did structuring of the stories pretty good. Honestly, I think, you know what, compared to the last one we did, I think the last one had me laughing a lot more than this one. It had its good moments for sure, but I'm kind of right there, which I say 6.5 to a 7. It's not great, but I really do wish they had like more. They gave more time to these episodes, and I'll keep saying that through the next couple of reviews we do for these Treehouse of Horrors. I just wish they had more time, man. We're gonna start getting into the good ones for sure, though, after this. But
hopefully,
man, Courage the Cowardly Dog is the shit, man. Courage is saving us. It's really saving us. But you give it a 6 point. What'd you say? 6.5 or just a 6?
No, I just said 6. Just a flat 6.
I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a nice 7. It could be better. It wasn't ungodly bad. There's definitely some episodes that were way worse than this, but I definitely give it a 7. So, with all that being said, this is our review for Treehouse of Horror, number 8, season 9, episode 4 of The Simpsons. We will continue this cartoon event, Halloween, 31 days of Halloween cartoon. Long ass name. Whatever it is, it's on the Ray Rawlins Network, where we talk cartoons and we do it daily. I'm Ray Rawlins. He's Alex Payne. We will see ya when we see ya. Peace.